All right, the time is here. The time to do yet another part of my declutter series. Today it's going to be all about the face. We are going to go over foundations and concealers, maybe primers if I have time. I'm not quite sure yet. If it isn't in this video, it's because it was getting way too long and primers will be in a different video. But if we haven't met, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So, like I said, it's time to declutter. I have a drawer over here in my vanity that is overflowing with products. Literally, I have to be careful to make sure that all of the tubs and tubes and bottles are just nestled so that the drawer doesn't get stuck trying to get it open again. If you've been there, let me know down in the comments so I don't feel so bad, but it is definitely time. I know that in this drawer over here, I have products that I don't really love, products that I don't really reach for, and products that are honestly so old that I shouldn't reach for them. So we're gonna go through, get rid of that, and hopefully I will have more space over here in my drawer. Now, I did want to address something that recently came up. I know that someone had mentioned in the comments that, and it was all in good conversation, but it was like, I don't really think that declutter videos should exist, and I know that a lot of channels get flack for having declutter videos. So for me, it is not at all about like showcasing my big collection or whatever size collection someone has. It's not about how much money I spend on makeup. It's not about any of that. For me, decluttering is just like clearing some space, narrowing in on the products that I really want to use. And for me, I think that there is a lot of consumerism and waste out there. I've definitely been guilty of it. I still am guilty of it, but I really learn something from every declutter video that I do. I learn things that I really don't reach for and should never purchase anything like it again. I find that maybe I have something in my drawer that I completely forgot I had. I find formulas that I love, formulas that I don't, even like tones, colors, whatever, different things that it's like, oh, okay, I need to remember this the next time I go to buy something that I don't really need it. And that truly has helped me out in my purchasing or trying to purchase less. Whether it's like, Kelly, you just got rid of a bunch of matte lips, so don't be going and buying any more matte lipsticks. You don't need that, right? So some of those things where it's like, okay, this is good, I need to hold myself accountable. So for me, that has really helped me in these decluttered videos. I do also want to let you know that 90% of this makeup, if it is able to be passed on, does get passed on to family, friends, other makeup lovers, other content creators that I'm friends with. It definitely happens. I do also have opportunities to donate to women's shelters and things if products have not been used, if they are brand new, and I do enjoy doing that. I mean, I think that that's a great opportunity for someone to be able to love a product. The only things that I don't pass on are things like lip gloss, like some of that stuff that cannot be sanitized. So I don't give those away really, but anything that I know that can be safely passed on does go on to another makeup lover. The only things that I would ever throw away or recycle are things that are just expired or can't be given away. So I do want to just say that. I felt like a disclaimer was needed, but let's go ahead and get into this hoard. Okay, this isn't even everything. I have more concealers in my drawer, so we are going to go through all of this. Let's start with concealers. I think that's going to be a little easier, shall we? All right, so I'm going to start with these, which are technically a foundation, but I actually bought these mostly, I mean, as a color sample, but mostly to try as concealer. These are the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover. I have tried these a couple times. I really do want to work with them more as a spot conceal and a concealer, so I'm definitely going to keep those. Oh my gosh, so many concealers, so many concealers. Like, if I don't have I have more than what fits in this bucket. That's ridiculous. So this is another one that I haven't tried out yet. This was in the Poshmark box that I got, and I think it's a little dark. It might work as a spot concealer, so I'm going to try it. I should probably try that like right now as I'm getting a little bit darker in the summer, but I will probably end up passing this one along. By the way, if you do want to see the Poshmark video where I show what I got in my blind buy, I will go ahead and link that down below. That was a fun little box to open. This was one of the things in there. Unfortunately, it's just a little too dark. Okay, so for Maybelline Fit Me concealers, I have fair, medium, and 2 of the light medium. No, this is just light. So I have a feeling one of these is meant to be in my purse. I usually had like a little emergency makeup kit, and this was always in there, so I should probably toss one of these back in my bag for those times where I feel like I need a little something, but I mean, it's almost gone. So this one's probably just gonna go into my purse, and these ones I will keep. I don't even know if Fair is going to be too light for me in the winter time. This is probably from when I liked a very light under eye, so I should probably get rid of this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that one. I can't see myself like wearing something that dark. And obviously this medium shade is too dark for me, and I feel like I would need to try this as a spot concealer, because that would be the only way that I would ever be able to wear this shade. So I'm going to keep these, and I will have to, you're gonna see I have a wide variety of tones of concealer. So I'm gonna have to try out some of these to see what works and what doesn't. All right, another one that's a little on the darker side. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. This was for a while my holy grail concealer. Not this shade. Let's see, this is the light medium. I think I had the light shade. I really did like this one. I have found that as I've gotten a little older, it's a little bit less moisturizing than what I need under my eye, but I have a feeling now that summer's here, this would be one that I could use. So again, I'm gonna keep this one. I will probably get some use out of it. Ugh, okay. Here are two that I'm getting rid of. Ugh, one of these, this one was in my project pan for the year, and I used it twice, and I hated it. It was like scaly. So I'm just pitching both of these out. So I have light 16 and light 18, and I'm just getting rid of both of these. I do not love this formula. And while we're at it, I might as well also bring out the Pretty Fresh concealer. So these just made my under eye like scaly and weird, and I kind of felt the same with this, but this actually just didn't really do anything. A Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer little sample guy. I think this is just the sample size. I haven't ever used this. I need to pull this out. It's in the shade medium. Is that gonna be too dark? I bet it's gonna be too dark. Holy smokes. I am very rarely a medium. Oh, well geez. Okay, I don't know, that's not medium to me, but it does look a little bit pink for me, but we'll see. That might work under the eyes. So I really just need to give this one a go, and I'm gonna have to pop this in my top drawer so I can try it. Okay, here is one that I've used a few times, but I honestly don't remember what I thought of it. I guess I could go back into my video. This is from my Yes Style K Beauty haul. This is the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer from the Same. So I honestly do not remember what I think of this one. So I guess I need to try it out. I have a lot of concealers that I'm gonna need to be trying out. I think I'm gonna be using a different concealer like every day, but we're gonna pop this one over here. I'm gonna give it one more go, and then we'll see. I would think that because I don't remember it, it's not amazing. So that's one thing to say. Now, one that I do really like, this is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. I think I got this in BoxyCharm, maybe, and I really like it. This is the shade Light Medium. I really enjoy this concealer. It is, you know, one of my top few. So I remember Dose of Colors being at Ulta for a while, and I actually saw a couple of these concealers on like mega clearance, but I did not know what shade I would be. And so now I wish I had snagged one in case there was a shade that would have worked for me. But this one I really like. I would definitely consider buying again, although I'm not sure where to get Dose of Colors now, so I'd have to look into that. I mean, obviously I'm sure you can buy from the brand site, but this is definitely one that I'm keeping. All right, the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. This one I really do like, but I have to have very hydrated under eyes. I do feel like it gets a little bit drying. So again, this might be one that's really good to bring out this summer. I find that, you know, those ones that sort of like tiptoe into making me feel a little dry are great for the summer months. So this one I'm keeping as well. All right, a couple that I am not keeping. These are the Kaja Don't Settle Concealer. I picked these up from BoxyCharm when they were on sale, and honestly, it's almost like that Pretty Fresh, where it's like, it doesn't really do a lot, but it adds a little texture. So it's like, okay, if you're not gonna give me any coverage, then why would I keep you? Like, why would I take the addition of like texture when I'm not even getting much out of you? I tried these a couple times and I just didn't love them, so I really just need to get rid of them. So another concealer that is way too dark for me. I mean, this one's a little too light and pink. This is that It Cosmetics one. This one is too dark and too warm, especially for like an under eye concealer. And in all honesty, I've had this for so long at this point, I really just need to get rid of this one. If I wasn't grabbing for it, and I don't even remember how I liked it, it probably wasn't that great to begin with. Okay, this is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. So this was like, I think it was like a diamond or platinum reward on the Ulta website. And I I think I really like this. It's obviously a little dark for me. I don't know if I could have taken it in and exchanged it, but I do need to pull this out for like spot concealing this summer, and I could even mix this in with some of my lighter concealers, and it does say that it is full coverage. I really like this one. I just need to give it a better shot. It's just too bad that it isn't quite a color match for me, but I think I could use it to mix in with some of my lighter ones, so I'm gonna keep this one around for a while. All right, here we have 2 shades of the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape from Tarte. So here we have light medium sand and light neutral. I do like this formula. I did a whole review on it and I compared it to the original Shape Tape. What I need to do, because I think I keep like wibble wobbling back between the two of these, and I just grab whichever one I grab first. And I think what I need to do is put neutral away because I feel like it's a little lighter, and just use the medium sand this summer. The only thing that I don't like about this, well, I mean, not the only thing, but one of the things that I don't like about any of the Tarte Shape Tapes, this thingy gets so gunky. Like, you can tell when you push it back in, some just like pushes out the top. Ugh, I hate that part, but I do like the concealer. I'm definitely going to take light medium sand, put it into my summer bucket, and then this one will go into the winter stash. And that's one thing that I need to start doing, is like separating by color so that I have my darker ones. I mean, look at this. I've got a wide array, so I need to make sure that I have like my summer stash and then my winter stash. Alrighty, Holy Shape Tape. Okay, so I'm getting rid of the lightest and the darkest shade. This is the medium and this is the fair light. I mean, that's like really, really light. So I'm gonna keep this one because I do think that I could spot conceal with it, and you know, coming into summer, if I do have some pigmentation from some breakouts, I think this might be kind of nice to have. And then I do feel like light neutral works really nice for me right now, and then light sand would be good for the winter. So I will probably give these one last season, and whatever's not used, I will just chuck. So one last time for the Shape Tape. I actually don't hate Shape Tape. First of all, it came out when everybody was using way too much concealer, and that doesn't help anybody. So if I have really hydrated eyes, I do like this one. I do think you can also mix it with something that's a little less pigmented for some more staying power. So I will get a little bit of use out of these before they go the way of the graveyard. All right, good old classic that I actually repurchased just recently. I was watching Mel's makeup. Oh my gosh, Mel, I'm sorry, I don't remember her channel name, but she was actually talking about this one in a video a while ago, but I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember I used to like that. I don't know if I really like it anymore though. I mean, it is a good color for me. It's a little light for right now. I don't know. I'm gonna try to use this one a little bit more. I have it in the shade 120 Light. I'll try it a little bit more, and if through the end of the summer I'm not in love with it, I'll just get rid of it. So this is the Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer. That's it right here. No, it's not. That's it right here. So this is, I mean, basically it was like a knockoff for the Touche Éclat, and I really like this. It's very light coverage. It does give a little luminosity, but I know that this one has to be super old. I mean, the writing is kind of coming off of it, and with that brush tip, germs. So I'm gonna give this one a heave-ho. If they still make this though, and you're looking for something that's light and glowy, I do recommend it. Okay, Tommy, Tom Ford. So my friend Aileen over at Aether Beauty sent this my way. She got this and it's just too light for her, so she sent it to me, and it is a good color match for me, but I really just don't love this concealer. I probably will give it one more go just to make sure, but I'm gonna try to see if I have a friend that I can pass it along to. It is, you know, a relatively new product, so if someone that I know is this shade, I will probably just hand it over to them. But I don't know, there was just something about this, I just don't love it. I mean, I would think that if it was a product that I loved, I would be reaching for it more, and I'm not. So that probably tells me, without even trying it one more time, that I need to get rid of it. All right, the last one, and if you know me, you know that this one's not going anywhere. This is the Oma Woke Concealer. I am so sad because I am like scraping the bottom of the barrel here. This is my favorite concealer of all time as of now. This is Fair Lady T3. It's a really good shade for me. That's what I should have done was, dang it, I should have gotten this one out and matched it to all of these others. And honestly, like, I don't feel like anything else quite matches this exactly the same. There is just something about this. It has just enough of like almost like an olive tone to it that it really flatters my skin. There's just something to this one. I actually think that the closest to it is Light Neutral from Shape Tape, so that's kind of funny. I guess that's the benchmark we're trying to hit here, folks. I do think that I could get one shade deeper than this for the summer, but I'm definitely making this one work. In fact, this is really great to have to mix with some of those deeper shades that I need to get some use out of, so Oma is staying. Oh, I lied. These are so big that I never think of them as concealers, and I always have them in my foundation. So this is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. My go-to shade was Almond. I do also have Golden Beige. Whoops, Almond, Golden Beige. So these ones, I think I picked up Almond on my own, and then in BoxyCharm one time there was an opportunity to pick your shade, and I think maybe the Almond was sold out, or maybe I wanted to try something a little bit darker. So Golden Beige is like a little too dark. I'd probably have to mix these together, but as I'm sitting here and looking, I feel like Almond and Light Sand are close. Almond is just a little bit deeper, and I do like the Born This Way formula better than Shape Tape. I feel like it's a little bit more hydrating. So I should probably just like get rid of Light Sand. I mean, and gosh. Okay, I think that's gonna be what I'm doing. I'm gonna just get rid of the Light Sand shade. Okay, so we're gonna put this one in the go away pile because I feel like they're close enough that I don't need both, and I do prefer this formula. So got rid of one more. Wow, we're doing pretty well. That's it. Let me go ahead and stack these all back up and we can see the results. Okay, so this probably seems really ridiculous, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these, this one is always in my top drawer, obviously, but I'm going to put these in my top drawer, try each of them out, whether it's for spot concealing or under the eye. I'm gonna give these a go because a couple of these, like this eye tip, this Age Rewind, and the Tom Ford are all on the chopping block. This guy's basically gone. Yeah, actually, the thought of even using this one right now, I don't want it. So, okay, so these are all going into my top drawer. I am going to give these a go, whether it is, again, for under the eye or spot concealing, and if there's anything that I don't love, I'm gonna get rid of it. I feel so good doing this, and then what I've done over here is this is my concealer bucket that goes inside my foundation bucket that I did not have room for everything in anymore. So I've put the lighter shades towards the back and the darker shades towards the front, and then I can just flip it when the seasons change, and then all of the lighter shades will be closer to me. I actually need a smaller bucket. I probably need a smaller bucket so that I don't fill it back up again, although I am on the hunt for another concealer. So if you have a favorite, if you have something that you think is kind of similar to the Oma formula, like kind of creamy, not too creamy, but has like medium coverage, let me know. All right, look at all of this. This is amazing. Now, a couple of these, obviously, I knew I was going to be getting rid of. I was just waiting to give you guys my opinion. The ColourPop ones, I knew were gonna go. That was definitely going to happen. So, like I said, the Tom Ford, I am going to try to see if I have a friend that would like it, but the rest of these, they're just gonna go. So I feel really good. Honestly, these have just been taking up space, and it's like, I chose not to take the time to go through these and decide my thoughts. I think sometimes when you buy makeup and you're trying it out, you keep, like I did with this Tom Ford one, and I didn't actually even buy that, but like you say, oh, okay, I'm just gonna give it one more try and I'll see what I think. Well, if you didn't like it upon the first like 2 or 3 initial tries, or in the changing of a season, you still don't like it, it is time to get rid of it. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm very excited. All right, 2 foundations that I haven't even touched. I actually just pulled them out of the boxes to be able to swatch on the back of my hand. So this is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I got this in BoxyCharm. It's in the shade Vanilla. I do think that this would be a good shade for me in the fall or winter. I don't really know much about this. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to get it for much longer, but I think I'll go ahead and give it a go. And then this NARS one, this is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This shade in Fiji looks like it's going to actually be perfect for me right now. So I'm going to pull this one out, maybe into my Shop My Stash for the week, and give it a go. And this I did get in that same Poshmark blind buy. So I'm really excited to try this one out. I've never used a NARS foundation before, so this will be interesting. All right, we have the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur CC Cream. I need to use this one this summer because it's definitely on the darker side, and it is probably, this is probably going to be its last season to be able to be used. It does feel, you know, look how dark that is. I definitely need to start mixing this with something to use it up. I like it. It looks nice on the skin. It is just more coverage than I would prefer, so I'll have to just mix it in with something, or maybe even with like a little moisturizer. That would work as well. Okay, here's one. This happens to me a lot, or happened to me, where I would get something in a subscription box and it wouldn't be the right shade for me that season, so I'd put it away and I'd mean to get it out in another season. And this poor BB cream from Smashbox, they don't even make this anymore, which is really sad because I think I did actually try it and ended up really liking it, but At this point, it is quite old and I probably should just get rid of it. Okay, guys, sorry if I seem a little distracted in this video. There is a fly like as big as my thumb that's flying around in here. I'm sure you can hear it pinging off of my lights. It's gross. I hate flies. I'd rather have spiders than flies. But anyway, this BB cream is just too old. I did actually really like it, but it's time for it to go. All right, another one that I haven't pulled out in the wild. This is the Misha BB cream, the Perfect Cover. I honestly... Oh, this is probably a really good shade for me right now. This one is maybe just a little bit light, but I wonder if I could mix it in with that one that's too dark from Thrive. Although I kind of remember this one having high coverage, so maybe I'd need to like use something that's a little bit more sheer. So again, like I feel like I've just had so much in my drawer that I really don't even grab for any of these. So I have so many BB creams and like lighter coverage foundations. I need to give these a go. So this one is going to go into my summer bucket. We're gonna give this one a go. All right, here is the Gucci Fluid de Beauté. I really liked this. This is the Natural Finish Fluid Foundation, and I had heard very mixed reviews on this. I did actually like this. I'm wondering if I got the renovated or like reformulated version because I did really like it. I think that it is definitely more of my like fall winter shade, and it's staying around, and man, the packaging is so pretty. All right, I have 2 shades of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Wow, they look disgusting in the bottom of the tube. I have light 7W and I have medium 10N. In all honesty, this light one is starting to separate and it probably just needs to go. It's starting to like have the oil separation, and I got this one first and then ended up picking up the medium one thinking that it might be better for the summer. It's a little, like, I know it says, oh no, this is the neutral one. I was gonna say this is a little bit more pink. So I do kind of wish that I had gotten a warm shade, but I didn't. But this would be one that's really nice to mix in with one of those other ones because it is so sheer. So this one I'll use as a mixer. This one probably needs to get thrown out. Another one that needs to get thrown out is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. It looks like super separated, but that's how it comes. But this is the shade 2N, and I have had this one for so long and did not love it. So I'm just gonna get rid of this one. It's just been sitting in here, and I don't know. I think the Ordinary probably just needs to stick to skincare. I did not love this foundation. All right, it should not come as a surprise that this one is staying in my collection. This is definitely in my top 3 formulas. This is the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream from Bare Minerals. Right now I have the shade Ginger. That's the deeper shade. I also wear Bamboo, but I just used up the one that I had in my Project Pan, so I don't have one out currently, which is fine by me. I'm gonna resist pulling one out because I don't need to. I've got all of these other things that I need to use. And you know what? If I can't find something that I like as well, then I probably just need to do even more decluttering, right? So this one is staying in, and we'll hopefully find some other loves. A couple other ones that I really like that I am trying to use up are these MAC Studio. We have the Studio Water Weight and the Face and Body Foundation. And what I've been doing a lot is mixing these two together. You guys have heard me say that I bought this right after vacation like an idiot and bought the big Mama Jamba size. It's like, when am I ever going to be this dark again? Probably never. So I've been using these together. They are so nice. It's just like skin, very lightweight coverage. I do really enjoy them. This one has SPF 30, which is always nice in the summertime to have that little bit of extra protection on top of your sunscreen. So these will also make really good mixers if I need to lighten a shade up or deepen a shade down. So here's a story, and not about a lovely lady. Here's a story about a foundation that I used to really love. This is the Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. You can see here Target clearance, because when I heard that this product was being discontinued, I went and grabbed as many as I could, even in shades that weren't quite necessarily for me. Like this nude one is so not for me. So Sandy Beige was my ride or die shade. This is so old. I don't even necessarily keep it around to actually use it. I would never like put this on my face. But this color, I've honestly kept this around just to find the color, and it's so silly. Like, it's so silly. I don't need to be able to shade match. It's not like I need a paint chip for my face. So I'm gonna get rid of these. This is one of those products when they brought out the Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. This is one that I thought would maybe replace that. This is the Sandy Beige, and I have one that isn't even opened and one that is open. So what I need to do is just like get rid of this one. I might have someone that's maybe a similar shade to me. I can pass this along to them, and then just try to use the opened one. I honestly don't even remember what I thought of this foundation, so I need to try it out to remember. But I do remember that it wasn't like the Dream Wonder. The Dream Wonder just had such a like velvety satin finish to it. Like it wasn't super glowy, but it wasn't matte. It was like so beautiful on the skin. Granted, I was also, oh my God, at least 10 years younger. I don't even know, but I'm gonna give this satin liquid another try. Honestly, I don't even feel like they make this one anymore. You know, drugstore foundations, they come and go. Okay, we have 2 of the Jane Iredale Beyond Matte foundations. I have the shade M6 and M7. I do really like these. I am going to keep both of these. They aren't something that I reach for a ton. I think it's just because it is a little bit higher coverage. I would not also say that they are like matte. And I don't know if it's like, because it says Beyond Matte, it's meant to be like, hey, this is not matte. I'm not sure. I'm confused by that. But this is a nice foundation. It's a great mineral foundation. So this is very skin friendly, and I did like the formula. I did have a review on this on my channel quite a while ago. So this again is probably something that I'll just keep around for this year, and then it'll probably be time to let them go. But maybe I'll get these out and try them again this summer. All right, more kind of like tinted moisturizer-y business. So we have the Pure 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer and the Clinique Even Better Refresh. I know that I've used both of these on my channel in Get Ready With Me's. I am trying to remember how I felt about the Pure. I know that I like the Clinique one, and for some reason I just can't remember the Pure, but if it's in my bucket, you'd think that I like it, but obviously that isn't always the case. So I need to wear this one again. I think I did like it, but I thought that it settled in around my nose. So I'm not quite sure, but I do remember that I like this Clinique. This again was another freebie from Ulta, and I'm pretty happy with the shade that I chose. So I'm going to keep these around. I do need to use this one. This is LG3. So I wonder, let's open this one up and see like what kind of color it is. Oh, it's a little on the light side, huh? Yeah, this one's a little light for me right now, so I'm gonna have to put it back in. I need to like write down somewhere like things you need to try once you get a little bit more pale, but I am excited to give this one a little bit more of a try. On that same note, this Lumen, and I love it because it's like the sticker is like a little wonky, but so this was another one of those that I was not the right color for, put it away, forgot to use it for a while. I do actually like it, but I don't think that they make this formula anymore. Have you tried the Lumen products? I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this one because honestly, I don't even remember like when I got it. The shelf life isn't even on here, but I know that I got this quite a while ago, so I probably just need to say goodbye. It kind of kills me because I did actually really like the way that it looked, but we gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. Right, 2 more favorites of mine, and I do actually think that they are pretty darn similar to each other. So this is the Sephora Clean Glowing Skin Foundation. This is definitely an all-time fave for me. And then we also have the Bite Changemaker Foundation. If you have wanted to try this, but you don't want to pony up the money, I definitely recommend trying this one. It's 10 bucks, you guys. Like, how can you beat that? So I really like this. I wear the shade, I believe it's 10. Oh, 11. I wear the shade 11 in the Sephora and L40 in the Bite Beauty. So I do really like both of these. If you guys are true makeup fanatics, you will know this freaking gold sequin. Pat McGrath. I don't know how this ended up in my foundation drawer, but those gold sequins were everywhere, right? So here we're moving into the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. Now this actually came out quite a ways after the Complexion Rescue Tinted Gel Cream. Again, I have 2 formulas, ginger and bamboo. I do find that these are slightly different than the Bare Minerals gel as far as like the color goes. So I have this tiny little bit of the bamboo shade, which I'm actually popping into my project pan now that the other one, the gel, is done. And then this is the shade ginger. So I usually tend to just like use both of these together, but I do want to use these. I really like these. I would say now going into summer, I might pull these out just because they're less liquidy and I don't need quite as much like glowy glow on my skin. I don't know. They're both nice. I go back and forth as to which one of these formulas I like better, the gel or the complexion stick, but I do really like both. So this one's popping right into my project pan and I am going to use her up in the next couple months. Speaking of sticks, I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I did actually really like this. It is, I would say, a good medium coverage. I'm trying to think, like, when did I think this might actually be a good color match for me right now, so maybe I'll have to pull it out. I don't have a ton of drugstore foundations, and I just heard a lot of good things about this. Let's see, this is the shade Vanilla Beige. I think that this is actually like a really good shade for me, but it is definitely a bit more coverage than I would normally wear, but I could probably sheer it out pretty well this summer. I'm gonna have to give it a go. I do only have, like I said, a couple different drugstore drugstore foundations that I use. It's just not something that I tend to buy from the drugstore. Not that I think that the drugstore doesn't have good ones. I might as well bring this one out as well. This is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty, and I really love this foundation. This is probably my favorite drugstore foundation, hands down. I have the shade Natural Beige, and it is perfect for me. So these ones I'm keeping. If you have a favorite drugstore foundation that's in that like light medium range, let me know. I have given myself a pass on 2 foundation purchases between now and the end of the year as far as like trying new formulas. So if it's not something that I've run out of that I need a backup of, which all of my favorites I currently have a backup of, so that's not going to happen. But if it's a new formula that I want to try, I can only try 2 before the end of the year. But if there's one that you really, really love from the drugstore, let me know. All right, I think we only have 2 more, you guys. We're doing it. This is the Exa foundation. This is the High Fidelity Semi Satin foundation. I do really like this one. I did just use this in a recent, I don't know if it was a makeup play date or what it was, but I do like this. It has more coverage than I would normally wear again. So I do have to use just a little bit. This is the shade Alley, and it's perfect for me. I love the smell of this foundation. It just smells so good. It's like, I don't know, it has a little bit of a citrus scent to it. This is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I do really like this foundation. I think it has a very nice like satin finish. I personally think that this one has a little bit more glow to it, even though it says, well, I guess it says it's semi-satin, but this one to me is glowier than this one. So depending on your skin type, if you're a bit more oily, you might go towards this one. And I know that, is it Tisha, the owner? But I know that she really was kind of steering some of these products towards more like normal to oily types, and I think that that's why this one really has that more satin finish. This one I think would be better for dry skin types. Again, let's see, what do I have? MG2. Oh, you guys, the shade selection, like terror of this one was crazy. I did get 2 shades, and this is the one that I settled on, and it is a perfect match for me. Okay, so again, I am going to put my lighter. All right, so again, I'm going to put my lighter colored foundations towards the back, the darker ones towards the front, other than this MAC Studio Fix one that's really light, but I'm trying to use it up. So I will mix that baby in with foundations this summer. Hold on, I found one off to the side. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Vanilla. I really like this. I am going to keep this around. Too Faced doesn't make this anymore, but I really did like this formula as far as something that if I want it to have more of like, I don't even think that it's like a matte foundation, but something that's a little bit less glowy, and I do like adding it into foundation to give it a bit more coverage and, you know, to kind of like, I don't want to say cut down on the glow, but, you know, not be like super, super shiny. And because it is vanilla, it's a lighter shade, so I'm going to pop this towards the back. So I did want to mention this one since I just found it off to the side, but it's not like I'm sad that it's something that Too Faced isn't making anymore, but I did really enjoy it. So I have so many foundations, which is exactly why I'm giving myself the only buying 2 before the end of the year. And really, after looking at this, it'd have to be something that I'm really, really tempted by, because I've got a lot here to use, and a lot of it I really do like. All right, so here's where we are. This one, I'm gonna see if anyone would enjoy this one, and then all of these are getting thrown out. So probably not as good as I could have done, but definitely a good start. So this is gonna be great. I will make sure to get rid of these, and I have a couple that now I found in my stash. I'm definitely gonna be excited to try this NARS Radiant. I'm gonna give that a go over this week in my Shop My Stash. And now I've definitely found some that I need to pull back out again. So like I said, I know that I have given myself only 2 foundations before the end of the year, but I am not gonna hold myself to this, but I am going to say that I really don't think that there's anything I need, because I have foundations that I really, really love. It's not something that I focus on. I don't think that there's any like life-changing product, especially because I like pretty like lightweight skin. So is it really gonna make that much of a difference on my skin? Probably not. So we will see. I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the year on all of these like goals that I have. All right, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna go dispose of these babies. It feels nice being able to close my drawer again. It is a nice feeling. Everything's somewhat organized, and I am ready to kind of stay on that train. So this video is probably going to be fairly long, so I do have a feeling I'm going to do that primer video in another declutter video, so make sure that you subscribe to see that one so you don't miss out, because that one I am going to be ruthless with. I have way too many. Okay, well, the effort is hopefully worth having the space in my drawer, and now I just need to make sure to not fill it up again. And that is one thing that I know I don't need to be buying any foundation anytime soon unless there's one of my true love products that I go through. And then I feel like by emptying something out, I deserve to restock, right? So that is gonna be the thing for me, is not buying a bunch of new foundation and concealer. Ooh, concealer though, concealer has a place in my heart. I can't guarantee that. Keep me accountable. And by the way, if you are still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope that you found this helpful or at least entertaining. Let me know down below. Do you have any of these products? Are any of my favorites your favorites? Or any of these you were just shocked that I wanted to get rid of? Let me know. I really do appreciate interacting with all of you. I think that that's what my favorite part of having a channel is getting to have those makeup convos. And don't hesitate to leave a comment down below if you do have something you want to let me know. But for now, that's going to be it, you guys. I will see you really soon.